No, that's okay. Tell me how you've been. I miss you.
Good. Good. I can't go to the thing tomorrow. I'm playing tennis Saturday morning. Yeah.
I saw that. I'm glad that you are.
I played today. Hi, Stephen. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Steve.
You're muted. I'll unmute you. Hold on. Let me see. I'll unmute you. Oh, I muted you. Sorry. Unmute. It's all right. Do it again. Do it again. Stop. I'll do it. I'll do it. You have to do it. All right. Here comes Paul. You're muted, Steve. Unmute yourself. Oh, there you go. You're good now. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
Hello.
Haven't seen you in so long.
He was here today. We picked up a meal. He and Chuck picked up their meal.
I know. Yeah. And then he was on the rabbi's class.
Did you go to her email and
Yeah. Hold on here.
He wasn't on the rabbi's.
Yes, Paul was.
Paul was. Oh, yeah.
It was very nice.
It was good. Good class.
His class is always good. Hey, Paul, do me a favor before everybody else gets on. Would you tell Rita I couldn't do it? I ate the whole cutlet. I couldn't eat half.
What'd you get? Vegetarian cutlet?
Yeah, and Rita said, oh, I ate half. And I said, oh, good, maybe I'll just eat half. But it was so damn good.
I ate half when I got home and I ate the other half about 20 minutes ago, half hour ago.
I'll alert the media.
There's no such thing as half.
Yeah, seriously. It's just sitting there calling to you. Finish me, finish me, finish me.
Log in for Zoom. I can't get on.
You're right.
Remember you told me you ate half?
Yeah.
So I tried, but I couldn't do it. I ate the whole thing.
So good. I had so many nice calls, emails about the day. Really
awesome.
Yeah, and I think the nicest part is everyone pulled up with a smile, and everybody left with a smile.
It was great. Worked out really well.
Yeah, it was a party on wheels.
A party.
and nobody tried to come in like we thought they would try to come in.
No, it was really wonderful.
Yeah, you give Jews food and it's always a hit. You can't miss.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
And I think after such a long time,
I bet.
See each other. It was really good.
Right. And it was great just to pull into the parking lot, you know.
Hi, Beth. You with us?
I'm here. Beth Cantor.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Beth's in the island. You guys, we're going to stay on longer tonight after the service. We're going to have like a chat session if anybody wants to stay on after the service. I'm going to stop Facebook, and then we can all chit-chat and stuff like that. It won't be on Facebook.
I'm sorry, I have a chicken in the refrigerator.
There was so much food in that bundle. I was amazed myself. It was like two enormous meals. That was wonderful. Yeah.
I had soup about 2:30.
Hello.
And then that cutlet kept calling me. So
yeah, it was good. It was good.
But I put away the vegetables and the potatoes and all that other stuff for today.
I did too.
That was so good. I wish she would.
A little piece of the blueberry cake was good. I took a little piece of that. That was delicious.
I save it for the morning. Don't start with me.
Yeah, because it's like blueberry. It's like a blueberry muffin. It's but flat. It's very. Yeah. Stevie, you had these?
No, not yet. We're all waiting for it.
It's good.
Well, you guys are good. You have self-control.
Well, sometimes.
Hold on. Let me admit all.
We're only showing off. We really don't.
That's true. Who else we got?
Chuck. Hi, Steve. Hi, David. Hi, Sherry.
I can't unmute you, Sherry.
Look at all these people.
I can't unmute you. In fact, I know you guys can't both be on at the same time because then we have background sound. Oh, Chuck, I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah,
anything,
that
but
noise.
more fun. Wait. You want to have more fun,
Hi,
Chuck?
Sherry.
Jerry's mood. Hi, Dina. You can unmute yourself until everybody gets on.
Okay.
They can unmute themselves. They want to learn. If everybody gets on, then I'll mute everybody. Hi, Cantor.
Hi, Bonnie.
Like
Why
it.
are you upside down, Bonnie?
He's always upside down.
You are.
My granddaughter does that with Zoom. She puts the camera against her nostrils and says, "Who's there? Tell me who's there."
That makes it work better. Okay. All right. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos. Wish you all a glorious 4th. And we do have a bunch of stuff happening this weekend. The Torah portion is a double. Wow. It is Chukat Balak. That is, Chukat deals with the law of the red heifer. And I don't have anything to say about the red heifer.
Rabbi.
Said.
Okay.
However, the second Torah portion is Balak, which is the famous talking donkey. So to my mind, it's an embarrassment of riches to have these two things shmushed together. Is that a good word, shmushed? So we'll deal with them as best we can. I think I'm going to, well, I'm not sure what I'll talk about. You could just kind of do both of them. But finally, the third thing is that this is the glorious 4th. It is the 4th of July. And I am suggesting that we lay aside our politics just for an hour and reflect on the choices of our ancestors who decided that we would be better off in America. And I still believe that America is the greatest nation on earth. We are going through an odd time at this point, but I think we will come back even twice as strongly in spite of all the things I could say, but you folks already know them, so I don't have to say them. Anyway, I did think, where is Cantor? I do not see Cantor. Cantor is here. Of course Cantor is here, somewhere. I see all of you. There he is. Oh, boy.
Under the screen, I'm watching you.
That's frightening. Okay, thank you. That's lovely. Yes, please. Dreams really do come true.
Shalom Aleichem Shalom. On page number 13.
I was going to say something.
Shalom Aleichem Malachei Yasharet Malachei Elyon. Melech mi melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon.
Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla la la yalla la
All right, continuing on page 14 with Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh Abraham, Yedid Nefesh Abraham, Neshucham Lechem, Elemetzu Lechem. Yeshucham Lechem, La 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 רצונך. צורך כמו היער, נשתחווה לי אמון עדך. יעבוד עבדך כמו היער, נשתחווה אמון עדך.
Okay. All right, we're continuing with the first of the 6 Shabbat Psalms, page 15.
Naria, Letsuri, Shaidu, Ekatmana, Betola. Naria, Letsuri, Shaidu, Bismira, Naria, Lo. Lechunera, Linda, Lechunera, Linda, Lechunera, Linda, Adonai. Lechunera, Linda, Lechunera, Linda.
Continuing silently on page 15. Okay, hey sweetie, how you doing?
How are you? Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Okay, on the page 16, the last 4 lines.
Yes.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, Yiramayam, Bomelo. Yiramayam, 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 Bomelo. Yismechu hashamayim, 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 Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Ma'alos al kol asher bo asiranu, kol hatzayar, libnei Adonai kiva kiva, lishpos haaretz, lishpos b'tzedek ve'amin ve'emunato.
Okay. Where are we going?
So we can go directly to the Halloween.
Mm-hmm. All right.
On page number 21 and 22. Shamor v'sachor v'liburecha. Ishpiano el ameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shemo letiferet v'nitei la echad lekrat kala perei shabbat lekavera echad odi ligrat kala perei shabbat lekavera Ligat Shama Lechuenecha Kigi Meko Habilaga Perosh V'Presecha Soma Seve Makshavat Kila La 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 Dekadoti Ligat Kala Pere Shabbat Dekavera Dekado Odi Ligrat Kala Pere Shabbat Dekavera.
Oh, continuing now on page 22, the fourth stanza. You may rise if you wish.
Hoy beshalom ateret balayam besimcha u'metzolat u'yemudei asenu gulam moichala alecha tovilihikala eri shabbat lekapela alecha tovilihikala eri shabbat lekapela Yalai la 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 yalai la 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 la
Please be seated.
With this tie.
Sorry, what?
You have a tie, a very American patriotical tie.
Yes, I have a tie that was a gift to me from a student. And then I gave her a C and she said, Mr. Mark, I gave you a tie. And I said, oh, okay. I bumped it up somewhere. Okay. All right. I guess this is before the Baruch Hu, so the rabbi will speak. And I tell you what, in the interests of time, and because I promise you, the red heifer and the talking donkey will come back. Sounds like a vaudeville show. We'll come back next year. I thought perhaps we would focus on the glorious 4th, the 4th of July. In spite of all the hoopla and fireworks, yes, fireworks, no, Mount Rushmore, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter, obviously, but I don't want to talk politics. I want to talk about history. And I want to mention that of all the countries on the planet, even Holland was not 100% free because they did have the Dutch Reformed Church. And when the Jews came to this country, they were not exactly welcomed with open arms. In the case of the Jews, the Dutch Jews, the Sephardic Jews who first arrived in New Amsterdam, they were coming from Recife in Brazil. And things were relatively benevolent under the Dutch as long as the Dutch ruled Brazil. But then one morning, somebody took a look out into the harbor and the Portuguese fleet of war had arrived. So all the Jews felt they should get out of town because when you see Portuguese folk, they're going to bring the Inquisition with them, which cannot possibly be a good thing for the Jews. They had a rabbi. We know his name, Rabbi Isaac Aboab. And as soon as he saw the Portuguese fleet, he left. That's it. So much for taking care of your congregation. He got out of town. About 39 of the other Spanish Jews, Sephardic Jews, some of whom had surprisingly Ashkenazi names, got on a ship called, it was a French ship, I think the St. Francis or something. They went up the coast aiming for North America and the Dutch colony that was there. On the way, they were attacked and robbed by pirates. So imagine our ancestors trying desperately to get to freedom, only to run into pirates and to be robbed. They arrive in the port of New Amsterdam, which at the time, of course, is Dutch. That gave them the right to go there, only to find that the governor of the colony, Peter Stuyvesant, after whom a high school was named, which I really wanted to attend, but my mother said no, but that's a different story. Peter Stuyvesant did not want to let in the Jews. Now, you really cannot call Peter Stuyvesant an anti-Semite. He didn't like anybody, absolutely. If you belonged to his church, which was the Dutch Reformed Church, you were okay. Otherwise, he said, if we let in the Jews, number one, they'll all go on welfare, because Jews don't work, as we know. Number two, we'll have to let in the Lutherans and even the Catholics, and that's not going to be a good thing at all. Well, it always pays to have friends in high places. A number of Jews were on the board of directors of the Dutch West Indian Company, which sponsored the colony. It wasn't for king and country, it was to make money. And they wrote a letter, and Stuyvesant wrote his letter, and the board of directors sent a note back, let them stay. So the Jews did. And that's how Jews came to America. But I want to focus on the very first Jew to give his life for our freedom. His name was Francis Salvador. He had been born in London. His family, of course, were refugees from the Inquisition. And he moved to South Carolina because he wanted to improve his life. He left his wife and kids back in London because it wasn't considered safe to go to the New World. He bought a parcel of land. He had married a first cousin, which that means you already know each other. It will have strange effects on your children. But his grandfather had organized a group of impoverished London Jews who went to South Carolina in 1733. Shortly after the arrival of this little group of Jews, the colony voted to ban any future Jews from South Carolina in good old-fashioned old world prejudice. But they said, hey, Jews who are here, you can stay. So he tried to be a farmer. He owned, he came when he was 26. He bought 7,000 acres. Now that's a lot of land. And of course, calling upon my extensive agricultural background, I can tell you that one guy is going to have a rough time farming 7,000 acres. At the same time, the local provincial Congress votes to votes to leave Great Britain. And Salvador became the go-to fellow. They said, Francis, if you get a moment, could you please talk to other South Carolinians about supporting our revolution? Well, they convened. The second provincial Congress, they voted and decided to leave Britain, and they had to go to war. The problem is, two of the men who were pretending to be pro-revolution were actually loyalists. They were double agents. And when they led the militia into the woods, ostensibly to fight against the Indians who were pro-British, it's also significant that both sides manipulated the Indians to their own advantage. Taking advantage of the red man seems to be an American tradition. But because these two men were double agents, there was an ambush and they were attacked. The Cherokees and Tories ambushed them on behalf of the British at the Kiowa River. The next day, Francis Salvador was wounded. He received 3 wounds. He crawled into the bush where he was discovered by Indians and scalped. He died a short time later. Now, this part, I'm not really sure that it happened. You know, in those days, if you were dying, they gave you a chance to make a speech for a half hour and talk about your loved ones and bequeath your tobacco pipe to whomever it was. But in this instance, Major Andrew Williamson, who was a colonist, reported on Salvador's death. I came up to him after dislodging the enemy and speaking to him, I said. He asked whether I had beaten the enemy. I told him yes. He said he was glad of it and shook me by the hand and bade me farewell and said he would die in a few minutes. Most people can't time it like that, okay? It is a little sad. He never saw his wife and children again, but he is the first known Jew to die and he gave his life for our country. So in all seriousness at this point, I would have to say, Francis Salvador will say Kaddish for him tonight, and for all the thousands and millions of others, servicemen and women who've given their lives in the supreme sacrifice on behalf of our democracy. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. And now we'll do the Baruch. Please rise.
Barechu et Adonai Yamevora.
Baruch Adonai Barach Li'olam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Yamevora. Le'olam Vahed.
Amen. All right, we're going to, I think we could read the English. We'll have some English here. Let's do on page 29, the bottom left, above the line, the secret things belong. Can we read that together? The secret things belong to Adonai our God. What is revealed belongs to us and to our children forever, that we may apply all the provisions of this teaching. Revelation does not deal with the mystery of God, with a person's life as it should be lived in the presence of that mystery. This teaching is not beyond reach. It is not in heaven that you should say, who among us can go up to heaven and get it for us and impart it to us that we may do it. No, the word is very close to you in your mouth and heart to do it. Amen.
El Chai V'Kayam Tamidim Lo Chaleinu L'Olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Amari V'Aravi.
Amen. Page 29.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadata. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, yishachenu v'kovenu, ta'asiyat chokecha, v'nishmat b'nei toratecha. ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי חיינו לאורך ימינו, לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגד יומם הלילה. ואמת קל תפסיד ממנו לאור עולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוי פעמו ישראל.
Amen. The Shema is on page 30. We cover the eyes. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Li'olam Vahed. Let's do the Hebrew, something different. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol mi'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'divarecha v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech shachtecha u'v'kumecha u'kishartam leotam b'decha v'hayu l'totafot b'einekecha u'chatavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'yishe'arecha. All right, continuing silently to the end of the paragraph on 31.
Bueno, no, estoy trabajando, Galia. Galia, no, si no te vas, ¿eh? Galia, si te portas mal, te vas. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Page number 32. We are ready to sing together the Michamocha. Yalai la 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 la, yalai la la la, yalai la la la, yalai la la, ay la 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 la, yalai la la, ay la la la, yalai la la. Eli Madonnai, Miga Mocha, Negelar Bakodesh, Nora Beilot, Sefele, Nora Beilot, Sefele, Malchudecha, Malchudecha, Moke Ayah, Moshe, Amru. Adonai Adonai Elohim Yalai la 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 yalai la la yalai la 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 yalai la la Baruch atah Adonai, God Israel.
Amen. All right, we'll keep in mind on page 33 the names of those folks in need of Refu'ahShelemah. Okay, and all of the citizens of the world who are suffering from this terrible illness or in danger of possibly contracting it. We're thinking about all those folks, and it's hard to keep them in mind, but we do pray to Hashem, who is El Narafan Allah. That is, please God, heal them. Let's read the English together. Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace, and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, over Jerusalem and the entire world. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, aporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim, v'al kol haolam kulo. Amen. And page 34 of the Vishamru.
Veshamru bnei Israel lehet Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם לשמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם ואני אומר בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם לשמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם בראשית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת ויבש ושמור בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם בראשית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם בראשית עולם.
Please rise.
Amen. Ve'alma dibra chilute ve'yamlich malchute, b'chayei chon u'b'yom ha'ikon, u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'b'zman karim, dimro amen. Yeresh merava v'voya, v'lavon maya, yidvalach, yidvalach, v'yishtabach, v'yidbar, v'yitroma v'yitras, v'yidbanan, v'yidbar, v'yidbanan, shmei v'shach, ve'la min kol birchata v'shirata, תושבחת ונשמתה, נהמינה בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Amidah 36b to 38. When you're done, you may be seated.
Yala la ila 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 ya donna. Yala la ila 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 isfata etifta. Yala la ila 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 yufi aki. Ufi aki tehilatecha. Yala la ila 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 ya donna. Yala la ila 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 isfata etifta. Yala la ila 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 yufi agi. Ufi agi tehilatecha.
Did we lose the clergy?
Here we are. No. Here we are.
Okay, sorry for a minute.
You're the wingman, Doreen. You're supposed to take over.
Shalom Uyase Shalom Aleinu Ve'achol Israel Ve'gimru Yase Shalom Yase Shalom Shalom Aleinu Ve'achol Israel Yase Shalom Yase Shalom Yase Shalom Aleinu Israel Hebrew Amen.
All right, Kiddush goes here. 51 is the Aleinu.
But
Yes?
the Kaddish Shalem before.
I thought you were singing Oseh Shalom for the tail end of the Kaddish. It's all right. Sei gesund.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, full Kaddish.
Full Kaddish on 48.
Right. Amen.
מעלמא דברי חילותו וימליך מלכותו וחיי חולו וימי חולו וחיי חולו את ישראל. מגלה וזמנגני וימרו.
Amen.
יש בהם רבה במורה. לעולם לעולם יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהלל שמי קדושה. אלא מכל ברכתה ושירתה ושמחתה ונחימתה מן המרמה וימרו.
Amen.
יתקבל אצל אותו למותו לכל ישראל, כדממות משמעיה וימרו.
Amen.
יגיש למה רבה משמעיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו.
Amen.
עושה שלום ממרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וכל יושבי תבל וימרו. אמן. עושה שלום ממרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל וימרו.
All right, now I believe is the Aleinu.
Yes.
Yes, page 51 as we open the imaginary ark.
Okay. Aleinu לשמח Cantor הכל, ליוצא
בראשית,
שלא עשנו כבלי ארצות, ולא שמנו למשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקי ישראל, וגורם לעולם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתגעים בונים, לבני מלך, מלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שכולו שמיים ויוסף הארץ, מושב יקרו, מושב חיים מבעד, שכינת סוף, מרובי מרובים, הוא אלוהינו, אלוהינו, אפס ולטוב, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום השמותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים בלבד, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחתינו אלוהים ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ היום ההוא ויום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Monas Kaddish on page number 52. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash Shem Rabbah be'alma dibra chilutei ve'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'gala u'bizman karif v'imru amen yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei olmaya יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה לאמירה מעלמה ואמרו אמן יחי שלם הרבה מישמיא וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Okay. I don't know what's happened with the rabbi. I don't see him. Are you hearing? Are you hearing me or not? Thumbs up. Okay, so it's the moment that we are going to unmute our president. Let me see where are you here?
I got it, Cantor. It's all set. Go ahead, Rita.
Okay. So Rita.
Hello. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Hello.
I thought today was spectacular. Everyone who participated in our Shabbat dinner project pulled up to the front of the temple with a big smile. Everyone came out to see you. We've missed all of you so much. It was such a pleasure. And everyone pulled away with a smile as well. I know that the dinners are wonderful because Eric prepared beautifully, but seeing all of you was the most wonderful thing of all. I think that most of you have received your high holiday packet. And in it, I hope you loved the little ticket. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Joni really went the extra mile to find a way to have your names printed on the label that went on that ticket so that you would feel that you really have a seat at our high holiday services. They are going to be beautiful. They're going to be virtual and they're going to be wonderful. And we'll all be together celebrating the holiday. You're going to be getting a lot of mail from Temple. So be happy when you see the envelope. I know we're going to be asking you for money. The first thing, well, first of all, you got in your package, you got the Book of Remembrance, right? So let us know. You can simply write on it or just call in and say if you want the same names as the year before. We'll make it very easy for you. The next thing that's coming is going to be from Sisterhood. It's going to be an appeal for holiday flowers. Now, you wouldn't think we need holiday flowers for our service, but we do, because they're going to be filmed. The service is going to be filmed and it's going to be beautiful. We don't need a forest of flowers, but we need something beautiful for the bima. And also on that Sisterhood letter will be the holiday cards. So you'll be asked to contribute to that so you can send to all the members of our beautiful congregation holiday greetings. After that, we're going to have a flyer that's going to come for Slichot, which is going to be really wonderful. It's going to be our Slichot. It's going to include a round table, and it's going to be a study in forgiveness. And I think that's quite extraordinary. Rabbi and Cantor are working on that format for Slichot. You'll get a flyer for that. Along with that, you'll get the Kol Nidre appeal. How can you not contribute to the Kol Nidre appeal? We need you. And so when the envelopes come, say, that's great. I'm going to help Temple. Instead of going, oy vey, she sent me another envelope. We need you more than ever this year. We're doing very well, but we want to keep Temple flourishing. So, and that does take money. So you'll be hearing from me soon. I wish you all a wonderful Shabbat. I think that with Eric, with the catered dinners today, we're going to be planning a Rosh Hashanah dinner the same way, and possibly I'm working on a break the fast, so that we can all order for break the fast. We can pick it up and bring it home. Rabbi and Cantor are going to help me on the proper time to do the pickup.
Not making the meal.
No, we won't be cooking.
Right. I really need their help because I don't want to show up with bagels on Yom Kippur. It just wouldn't be right. So, but it'll be wonderful. So we're thinking about you, wishing you a sweet and wonderful Shabbos. Stay safe and well.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Wonderful.
Thank you, Rita.
Hi, Betsy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if the rabbi wants to say anything else.
You want to say something?
No, I just want everybody to stay safe. I know we're hearing all kinds of news we don't want to hear about the disease, but I pray for the congregation daily. I truly do. And all of you folks who are like family. And I have to say, BC, before COVID, I was not a huggy person, but you made me into a huggy person. And I'm sending out, I miss it a lot, and I'm sending out a big hug to everybody. And Ann Beth and Kirby joined me as well. So anyway, okay, what? Okay.
The only child at home.
Yes. Yes, boy.
Okay. Look upon him, shine upon him.
Oh, thank you. Yes, he looks like me.
Well, there are some dogs that they look like the owners. Finally. Okay, but he's enjoying staying there. At least he's not barking to me.
No. He's a shmegegi.
Okay.
That's his job.
So we should like sing Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzim Nivra Le'ed Nasab B'Chepso Kol Hazeh Melech Shemo Nikra. I mean, doing the parallelism with the donkey and the Ed, and Mr. Ed, the horse.
Yes.
But we are not going to do that. Yeah, the donkey of the Balak Parasha. Anyway, Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzim Nivra Le'ed Nasab B'Chepso Kol Hazeh Melech Shemo Nikra.
ואחרי ככלות
הכל לבדו ימלוך לעולם והוא היה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעיל נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שכל נקרא והוא אחד ושני ועם שלו להגבירה והיא ראשית ולהתקליט ולא
Just one more thing. Because it is the 4th of July, I thought it appropriate if we could all please rise and sing America the Beautiful, because we do love this country very much. Kirby, I have to... Okay, all right, so go rising. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the wooded plain. America,
God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood,
from sea to shining sea. Thank you so much. God bless. Are we schmoozing? I understand the schmoozatorium is open.
We're going to stay on and talk. Whoever wants to stay on, I'm muting everybody.
All right.
All right. Chit chat.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.